Confidence. We all want it, but what if I told you that confidence has nothing to do with being perfect, fearless, or loud? In fact, true confidence is something much deeper. It's quiet, it's calm, it's unshakable. And here's the secret. It starts with mastering your mind one step at a time. In today's video, I'm going to share 7 life-changing practices inspired by Buddhist wisdom that will transform the way you see confidence forever. These aren't your usual just believe in yourself tips. These are powerful, timeless practices that monks and teachers have used for centuries to create a kind of confidence that doesn't break, no matter what life throws at you. So if you're tired of feeling uncertain, if you're ready to stop doubting yourself, then stay with me till the end, because by the time we finish, you'll have a simple, step-by-step guide to turn self-doubt into calm, lasting confidence. So, how do we tap into this quiet, unshakable confidence? How do we build a mindset that can handle anything life throws at us? That's where these 9 powerful practices come in. Each step is designed to help you face your doubts, quiet your mind, and build confidence that doesn't depend on anyone or anything else. Let's begin. Step 1. Find strength in silence. Something that might actually surprise you, though, can be silence. Silence is strange, even uncomfortable, in a world where every second needs to be filled by words, notifications, or actions. But silence is not empty. But the truth is that it starts in silence. That's where confidence starts to develop. We're all overwhelmed in this constant chatter of conversations, social media, opinions, and even our own noisy heads. Our minds are busy, running, looking for something to answer our questions or answer to us, give us approval, give us attention, or help. But here's the truth. In fact, confidence sometimes doesn't come from doing more or from working harder, but from standing back and letting the noise die down. Silence is not running away from life, as taught by Buddhism. It's about making room to reconnect with ourselves. Monks aren't avoiding problems when they sit in meditation because they are training their minds to let go of the chaos. They are learning to sit in silence, think through their thoughts, and then let them go. The other side of this practice is that it gives you clarity. When you are clear, you follow confidence. Imagine the last assignment you spent all night working on, or worse, where you ruined your grade by losing your mind as you stared at the paper while math worked against you. And in those moments your mind was loud. But what if, rather than fighting it, you just paused? You closed your eyes, took a breath, and sat in silence. No judgments, no pressure, just calm stillness. It will initially seem weird to you. Mind is accustomed to the chaos that becomes the challenge of the silence. The noise starts to fade as you sit quietly. You start to see your fears, doubts, and anxieties for what they are. Things that pass through thoughts like clouds passing through the sky. They are not permanent, nor do they define you. That silence will tell you that many of the things you thought were holding you back were actually not nearly as powerful as you believed. Now, the more you practice this stillness, the more you will feel connected to a deeper part of you, certain that you are calm, clear, and strong. You are encouraged to give it a go if you can, right now. Look for a quiet space, for even 5 minutes. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and work on your breathing. Let go of the need to answer a question or solve a problem. Sit down there and let silence run away from your mind. One thing you'll find over time is that you'll feel that much lighter. You won't have the same power of constant rush of thoughts anymore. Then you will start trusting yourself more, because silence is teaching you that you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You already are enough in silence. Silence is strength. It's being able to take time away from the din of the world and the din of your mind. That confidence isn't derived from anyone or anything. That's in those quiet moments. With this strength, you will make your own life stable and calm, and with a steady heart, you shall face it. Step 2. Face the mirror of impermanence. Impermanence, I have to say, is one of the most powerful teachings in Buddhism. Everything in life is changing. Things don't stay the same forever. Now this can feel unsettling, but it is this truth that gives birth to deep and unshakable confidence. Realizing that nothing can be permanent, there is no such thing as a successful person or a failed person or a person who doubts, we start to loosen the fear that inhibits us. We stop clinging to the idea that we have to get everything right all the time. We begin to accept that life is a series of experiences that are fleeting and therefore also teach us some things. Picture how much effort has been spent charging for things that don't last long. Could it be you obsessed over a mistake, beat yourself up for not being perfect, or worse, let a minor mistake define your future? The truth is, every high and every low is temporary. That's all part of the flow of life. When we recognize that, we stop overthinking and we start acting with courage. The fear of failure won't freeze us because we know failure is not forever. But success doesn't slow us down because we're not held by the need to succeed. Success doesn't slow us down because success is just one moment in a constant cycle of change. Buddhists learn to bow to impermanence, not with fear, but with gratitude. When we learn that everything dissolves away, we begin to value the present moment more completely. We start quitting waiting for the perfect time or perfect condition to react. What we see instead is that the best time to take action is now, right now. Because this moment won't last forever, and we don't want to spend it worrying over things that will disappear. Once we start embracing impermanence, we are free from the perfectionism shackles. We begin to live with intention and courage and stop chasing after things we have no control over. There may be things we do wrong, we can learn from and move on, knowing that they don't have to define us. We aren't built to have all the answers. All we need to do is just be, do, and have faith in the goodness or badness. The good will pass, and we will grow. When we learn that nothing is permanent, we can feel okay about who we are in this moment. We no longer count on the past we've been through or the things we've done or have left behind. It's just realizing that we always change, always grow, and always have the ability to begin again. Step 3. Detach from comparison. Compared to other people, this is how you can break your own confidence very quickly. It's something we all do. We admire someone else's life, whether it's their success, their relationships, or their accomplishments, and think we're failing. That's natural, but it's also the biggest trap we can get into. In Buddhism, there's a great teaching on not comparing ourselves to others and walking our own path. When we stop comparing ourselves to everyone around us, we let our life of true confidence begin. Buddhism tells us that everyone is on their own road, people with their own challenges, their own lessons, and their own speed. When we compare us with them, we're not looking at the bigger picture. That's because we only see the successes, the achievements, that they have it all together part. But you never see the parts that are not visible to you. But we don't see the internal struggles, failures, or moments of doubt that they've been through. Nothing about our journeys is the same, and that's something beautiful, not scary. Comparing with your fellow beings makes you lose track of your own progress. Little things begin making us measure our worth based on someone else's way of time or success. The more we do this, the further we get from who we are. Buddhism teaches us that we don't have to be anything other than who we are because we are already complete. The breakthrough here lies in knowing and accepting your own journey. It's your life to live, all of the good and bad that belongs to you, and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's life. Recognizing the thoughts when they arise is the first step in beginning to detach from comparison. If you find yourself scrolling through social media or someone else's achievements, take a moment to stop. Instead of, "Why don't I have that?" or "I'll never be such." Change your mindset. Focus on your own path. What have you learned? How far have you come? What have you been through that shaped who you are today? These things matter, these things. In Buddhism, this is referred to as self-reflection, a practice of doing a bit of self-awareness time and being able to come to ground and really be able to acknowledge our strengths, our progress, and our potential. It's not a case of arrogance or being blind to areas that need growth. It's about gracing the journey that we're in and the value of our own experiences. With time, as you practice this more, the more you will see that your life is actually as important and as meaningful as anyone else's. Detachment from comparison takes you out of the shadow of others' lives and back to the light of your own opportunities. When you give up listening to the outside world telling you what you count and give them up for who and what you are, that's when you've arrived at confidence. That is where your strength lies. You aren't supposed to be like anyone else. When you accept who you are, without comparison, you feel free and sure of yourself. So the next time you find yourself comparing your life to someone else's, remember this: your journey is yours, and it is beautiful in its own way. You're the only one who can walk it, and that's the best of all. Comparison is not what you want. Let it go, and your confidence will skyrocket. Step 4. Build samurai-like focus. At a time when attention is scarce, developing and forging long-lasting and steady, concentrated attention has become a commodity of great worth. It is possible to spend your whole day being busy and switching from one thing to another, never really focusing. But there is a practice that monks employ to generate this sort of samurai-like concentration, and it's where the real confidence lies. Read, constantly jumping from one task to another, never fully present in any moment. But there's a practice that monks use to cultivate intense, samurai-like focus, and it's the key to unlocking true confidence. If you concentrate on one thing 100% actively and with all your power, you forget the past and the future. You devote yourself to the now and, Sir Ma'am, that's where your confidence starts setting in. Consider how frequently you attempt to multitask. For example, perhaps you are writing a report for your office, but your focus is on the discussion that you had with your boss or what you need to do tomorrow. Tasks seem to be completed with the help of multitasking, while in fact it undermines our concentration. If we break attention, we are not fully present in what we are doing in the split way of attention. And when we're not paying full attention to something, it is very difficult to be confident. It is very easy to doubt oneself. In one way or another, it becomes difficult for us to feel good about ourselves, considering that we are busy multitasking and always concerned that we are not doing enough or doing everything appropriately. Popular monks encourage and show us the importance of concentrating on one thing. Whether they are meditating, walking, or doing something as mundane as sweeping the floor, they devote their whole attention to that activity. This is also known as single-pointed concentration. If you focus with this kind of intention, it gives you a profound sense of clarity. You stop doubting yourself because your mind is not shifting from one negative topic to another. But you are very much absorbed in the actions you are taking, and that is where confidence starts germinating. It develops from the capacity to remain conscious and execute or perform to the best of one's abilities, regardless of the activity. In order to develop such focus, you first have to know how easily your mind gets distracted. When you are multitasking, that is when you work while daydreaming, or as soon as you notice your thoughts are wandering, just refocus. For instance, if you are composing an email or deciding about something, just focus on that precise second. Shun the unnecessary, shun the useless thought, and embrace the now. It's not about being perfect. I think it's simply about granting yourself the opportunity to give something your undivided attention. The more you are doing this, the more it will dawn on you how much more confident you are in what you are doing. What you will avoid is the fact that you constantly doubt yourself, and that means rather than finding yourself lacking something, you will have more confidence in yourself. You are committed to the process 100%, involved in the process 100%, and assured 100%. The religion also edifies that concentration is not just on the work itself, but also on the current situation. If you are stressed or overwhelmed, that is quite fine. Okay, notice that too. Acceptable thoughts and feelings. No need to shame yourself. Just shift focus back to what you are doing. This is where the samurai-like mentality comes in. A good strategy is to employ a propose plan, then execute as you propose appliance. A samurai doesn't think in battle. They behave proactively with full awareness, with an aim, fast and accurate. In such a focused level, you begin to do everything with the same degree of concentration as you produce today. You stop doubting because all your attention is focused on the present moment and what you are doing at the moment. Don't feel that you have to start off with an ambitious program, as the monks do not. Begin with simple tasks. When you eat a sandwich, eat the sandwich mindfully. As a general rule, eat everything you take with a lot of concern and make sure you chew every bite. These small interruptions will start creating the focus habit that will serve you when working on ostensibly large tasks. It's not about doing more, but it's about doing more of each thing with more concentration. When you do this, you'll notice a shift. You will no longer doubt yourself. Instead, you will begin to believe in your own capabilities. It's really priceless. You'll begin living your life fully charged, fully armed with the understanding of how to concentrate, how to be present in this moment, and how to be comfortable with doing just enough. The more you engage in this samurai-like approach, the more confidence you will build as you get with it. This kind of focus doesn't stem from the need for approval and acknowledgement from other people. It assumes that you look at the consciousness and attentiveness for each action carried out. So with each moment of focused attention, you develop an inner strength that is immovable and unstoppable. That way you'll be prepared to meet any obstacle in your way with complete calm and the assurance that you have what it takes to come through. Step 5. Strengthen your inner temple. Picture your mind as a holy place of serenity, purity, and power. As in any temple, the more you invest into it, the more powerful it becomes. However, like any old part of your body, your inner temple can get cluttered. Your mind could be riddled with negative thoughts, distractions, and worries. Worse, it can mislead you away from feeling confident and comfortable. The way to gaining lasting confidence is to learn how to discriminate out the mental clutter and build your inner temple. We practice mental discipline to clear away the noise of daily life so we can focus, stay calm, have faith, and have the courage to protect ourselves and others from the violence being perpetuated on us, said Buddhism. But much like filling a temple with garbage, we leave ourselves open to negative thoughts, doubts, and distractions when we keep adding them into our space. You struggle to find peace and find clarity. Picture the walk-in as you have been in a hard place that has so many objects in it. It's overwhelming, draining, and uncomfortable just to begin with. Your mind works the same way. When you carry around negative self-talk, past regrets, or future failures, your confidence gets buried under mental clutter. You create an environment where confidence can grow, but when you start clearing away these distractions, being aware is the first step toward strengthening your inner temple. Watch for what thoughts enter your mind. How are they uplifting? or are they full of doubt and criticism? Buddhist monks pass their time in meditation and watch their thoughts without any disturbance. It allows them to separate them from bad thoughts. They don't try to expel unwanted thoughts. They are aware of them and let them pass. This mindfulness practice is powerful. You lose the power of these negative thoughts when you can simply notice them and let them go. One way to begin clearing your mental clutter is by practicing simple mindfulness techniques. Take a moment each day to sit quietly and focus on your breathing. As you breathe in, imagine you're inhaling peace and clarity. As you breathe out, imagine you're exhaling all the negative thoughts, distractions, and stress. With each breath, you create space in your mind, just like cleaning and decluttering a room. Over time, you'll notice that you feel lighter and more focused. Your thoughts will become less scattered, and your confidence will naturally increase because your mind is clear and calm. Positive affirmations are another powerful way to strengthen your inner temple. If you want to change your feelings, stop telling yourself bad things and start feeding yourself good things. Instead of telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," say instead, "I am capable, I am worthy, and I trust myself." Daily, when writing these affirmations, you are clearing the noise of self-doubt and building up a mental foundation of certainty. Pretending everything is perfect doesn't come into play. It is about reminding your mind that you are enough the way you are. The more you affirm these positives, the more your mind will begin to believe. In Buddhism, the practice of detachment also finds use in your inner temple practice. Whatever is not working for you, whether it's toxic relationships, negative thoughts, or distraction, let it go. Once you detach from these things, you make space in your mind for the things that matter: self-belief, clarity, and inner peace. This isn't about not taking on challenges or not facing the way you feel. It is about building an inner space that will allow you to handle challenges in the face of life with strength and confidence. The more you take care of your inner temple, the more you'll feel confident. When your mind is not muddled over anxieties about what to do and what not to do, and cluttered by noise and distractions, you will make better decisions, be able to trust yourself more, and take bolder actions. Your mental space is sacred. You won't be weighed down with doubt or distraction. As you continue to apply these techniques, the stronger your inner temple will be an unshakable foundation for your growth, peace, and confidence. Step 6. Practice right action. Real confidence starts with the knowledge that whatever you're doing is the right thing, even when no one is looking. When everything is going well and people are applauding you, it's really easy to be confident. It actually proves much stronger when you can marry up your actions with your values, no matter the actual circumstances. One of the major principles in Buddhism on the way to enlightenment is right action. That if we live with integrity, that if we act as we believe our real values are, we naturally get more confident. It's not about asking others for approval. This is being so sure inside that you're doing what needs to be done. No matter what we do, however small, it makes us who we are becoming. Every choice is an opportunity to practice right action, Buddhists believe, the project of which is to act kindly, honestly, and mindfully. Your actions that mirror your inner values, you're showing up for those you love, you're standing by your principles, you're choosing actions that bring strength to your feet. You feel that confidence from deep inside. That's the kind of confidence that doesn't come from external recognition or praise. It's the quiet feeling that you are living as true to who you are and what's important to you as you can be. The stronger your inner foundation, the more you'll align your actions with your values. Consider and answer the question, when have you ever acted in a manner that felt right to you, but nobody else could see? Perhaps you spoke up for something you believed in, or assisted someone who needed it, or you made a choice that was hard, but aligned with your best self. At those times, you weren't confident because of the praise or reward, it was knowing you had done what was right. That kind of inner strength, that quiet confidence, is the type that sticks and also helps empower you to take on even the toughest of challenges. Practicing the right action comes down to being mindful about your actions throughout the day. Every choice that you make can be used to practice this. Feel free to take a moment to think about what you do, even if you're at work, at home, or in the world. The question is, are they in alignment with your most valued values? Are they helping you grow, be true to yourself, or be well cared for? Right action is still happening, even in the smallest moments. How you treat someone, or how you take on a challenging situation. With each mindful decision, your confidence grows because you continue reminding yourself you're doing it right. Buddhism also teaches that right action isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. It's not about always being flawless or making the perfect choice every time. It's about making a commitment to act in ways that are kind, truthful, and thoughtful. And when you slip up, as we all do, it's okay. What matters is that you learn from your mistakes and continue moving forward with the intention to act in accordance with your values. This practice builds not only confidence but also resilience, because you know that each day is another opportunity to do better and be better. When your actions are aligned with your values, you begin to feel a sense of peace and inner strength that cannot be shaken. It's the kind of confidence that doesn't rely on validation from others or external success. It comes from knowing that you're acting with integrity, that your actions are meaningful, and that you are living in harmony with the person you aspire to be. Step 7. Honor small promises to yourself. It's not always from big achievements or large changes. The small promises you make to yourself and the small promises you keep can actually be the best kind, the most potent kind of confidence boost. When you are always setting intention, regardless of something as simple as it is, to get up out of bed on time and complete the easiest task, you are building your trust with yourself. Initially, this quiet internal trust may seem small, but with time, it becomes the strong underpinning for unquestionable confidence. When you have done the same thing, tell me how many times you have promised yourself something and followed through. Maybe you told yourself you would wake up every morning and go for a walk, read a few pages of a book, or do a few minutes of meditation every day. When you honor these small promises, something incredible happens. From then on, you begin to trust yourself more. You start to catch yourself doing things because you want people or situations to know that you will follow through, that you are a reliable person, not just to others, but to yourself. The cornerstone of confidence is trust, and that's it. However, when there's a small promise to break, it can eat at your self-esteem. The smallest broken promises are really easy to tell yourself don't matter much, but they do. Each time you say, "I'll do this," and don't follow through, your mind takes note. Repeatedly, these small failings in promising create a pattern of self-doubt, making it harder to feel sure in one's ability. The more you break yourself, the more you doubt that you can make it to something bigger. That's why honoring small promises to yourself is so powerful. The more you can follow through, the more you validate your belief in yourself. If you tell yourself, "I'll meditate for 10 minutes today," and you actually do it, you can prove to yourself that you will. And you tell yourself you can make positive habits, no matter how small. They're small, but these little victories pile up, and before you know it, they're the very foundation of your inner strength and confidence. Nothing external is ever going to knock these together. Discipline and mindfulness are what Buddhism teaches about, and honoring small promises can be described as an act of mindfulness. This is more about being present with yourself and being accountable to yourself. There's nothing wrong with punishing yourself or feeling bad about missed promises. That's not it. It is about creating a habit of consistency, where each promise you make compounds into your much-needed confidence. The more you go through with these smaller commitments, even if they are small, the more you prove to yourself that you are someone who can be trusted and that you can follow through with it. With each step, your confidence grows. It gets more silent and unstoppable. Start with one small promise. It might be as easy as making your bed in the morning or drinking enough water all day. Let it happen and make good on that promise. Then, once you've mastered that, get to the next small promise. The little actions over time will turn into bigger changes. By building this trust with yourself through these small promises, it will go on to spread to other parts of your life, continuing to fuel this cycle of confidence, which keeps growing. The more you honor your word to you, the more you will believe in being able to do anything. In the end, it's the small, consistent actions that lead to lasting confidence. When you honor small promises, you're not just building habits, you're building trust, self-respect, and an unshakable belief in your own ability to succeed. True confidence isn't something you wear on the outside, it's something you cultivate from within. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers. Confidence is built through small, consistent actions that align with your values, your truth, and your inner strength. Start with the smallest steps, honor the process, and trust that with every effort, you're moving closer to the unshakable confidence that already lives inside you. Remember, confidence isn't a destination, it's a journey. You don't have to be fearless or flawless. You just have to be true to yourself and keep showing up. Embrace the challenges, trust your growth, and watch how your inner strength transforms. If these teachings resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue this journey together, and don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom that can help you transform your life, one step at a time. Thank you for watching, and remember, your confidence begins with you.